In 2006, only 21% of surveyed high school students in America said that they were avidly interested in being informed. So we went and talked to high school students in Austin to find out why.
We noticed a significant difference between answers given by students who were involved in journalism activities and those who weren't.
You don't necessarily have to look at print journalism because I think print's kind of dying out nowadays.
But I don't really watch the news that much.
Sometimes the words are big and no one knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Politics is more important for like what actually happens in everyday life.
Politics?
Well, I think news is basically anything that happens can be news, but there are varying levels of importance in things that happen in the news.
We asked them what they considered news and where they were most likely to go looking for it.
Entertainment, I guess, kind of a lot because I watch a lot of TV.
Probably stuff that pertains to high school students and things that I'm interested in.
Anything that's happening around the school.
Information about particular events or maybe people and whatnot, like something like a crisis happens, that's news,
I get mine from the internet and watching television.
Just mostly online.
The TV and magazines.
Well, go on the internet because that's what we always do.
We also asked them why they thought young people today seem to be more interested in what's going on in Hollywood than in Washington. This time, we also got the thoughts of a few UT professors to see if they had similar opinions.
I think they just don't care. I think teenagers are just wrapped up in their own lives.
Young people these days are not as knowledgeable about what's going on. They don't seem to be as motivated to know.
I think it's generational. And I think I probably was not very tuned in when I was a youngster.
I don't know, maybe because they force it on us at school and so we don't really want to know.
The attempted solution has been to jazz up the news, to make it more visual, to lead with something entertaining, hoping to hook younger readers in. I don't think that's the right approach. Because as soon as the entertainment component is over, I think they tune right out again.
Lastly, we got their opinions on what can be done to make the news more interesting to young people.
Well, I think they could be a little edgier and say, here's what's going on here.
If they just had their homepage on their computer set up to some even iGoogle or NetVibes and stuff.
Maybe make it in simple terms so that everyone can understand it.
Yeah, journalism is moving toward the internet now, and they're going to merge eventually.
If you present the information in a way that's actually visually pleasant and interesting, then people will be interested to see it.
Maybe if parents, if we saw our parents more and conversation could build from that.
You have to tell the story from the perspective of the reader. And if you want to reach young people, then you have to tell it from their perspective, through their eyes. You have to approach the story and answer questions that they would have.
Well, I think, if students are not going to be interested in news today and what's going on in the world right now, I don't know when they ever would, because particularly we're dealing with issues of war. I would be very interested in that. I'm not sure that students these days are. I think they've become very passive about things that will reach out and touch them.